What is your name?
My name is Abel Amun Harrison,
Okay.
auntie.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what was your childhood like?
Well, I wouldn't call it a positive or negative, but all I know is that I grew up with my uncle, and in Africa, growing up with uncle is different from growing up from your own parents. Uh, Never had it easy. Easy life as people or other child would experience the love of their parent. I never had that. Uh, Mine was a hard way. It wasn't too bad, but I think that has also, you know, uh, built my ego very strong, and I'm a strong person now because of the life I passed through. Yes.
And what happened to your parents? What made you grow up with your uncle and auntie?
Actually, it wasn't like my parent was dead or something. They were alive. But what happened was that my father, who took care of my uncle, decided to give me out to my uncle to be taken care of because he has taken care of the uncle, which my uncle who happened to be his brother. So I was taken away to be looked after because he took care of my uncle.
Do you have any resentment towards your father for doing that?
Yes, I do. I was very angry when I first met my parent. But unfortunately, my father was blind when I saw him. When I was leaving him, he wasn't. But when I saw him, he was blind. So I couldn't blame him. I couldn't do too much to him. I relented and I forgave him for doing that.
What is your relationship with him today?
Oh, he's not alive. He passed about 11, 12 years ago, but the relationship was good. I never held anything back on him. I totally forgave him. And when I travel, even outside, I became one of the children that look after him. I took good care of him too.
Wow, that's amazing. What was your mother like? Was she in agreement with your father for giving you away to your uncle and auntie?
No, not at all. My mother wasn't part of the deal,
Mm.
but unfortunately, she doesn't have say. Because those time, in African, we African actually in those time, our fathers, like they have the whole say. And when they say nobody, question. And so my mom couldn't do anything about it. But later I got to know that, she wanted to come for me, but my father wouldn't let her. I love my mom.
That's beautiful. How were you as a child growing up? Were you a wayward child or a difficult, troublesome child, or were you a very happy child or a positive child? What were you like as a child growing up?
I was a happy child. Regardless of what happened to me, I never knew that was a punishment or it was a life that I was supposed to live. I took it anyway, and lived my life with. I lived with them for a very quite long time, for almost about 15 years. I lived with my uncle. Then later came to live with my mom for the rest of my life until I travel outside this country.
Was it difficult for you to now live with your mom since your auntie raised you, basically as your mother?
No, I fell in love with my mom and everything that my mother did. In fact, it was something that I embraced, because there's nothing like living with your own mom. I was young, but uh, I could I could see a lot of things then. I was very young. But, that also, educated me. It gave me a life that I think uh, I would call it a life that I embrace, and it has given me the background, of myself and the true person who I am today. I don't know if I were to live with my mom from the scratch, I wouldn't know how life would have been for me because I could have been pampered. But living outside my mom or my parent, I think gave me a certain life that today I'm a strong person. Gave me the strong ability that I have today
So you don't have any regrets.
at all.
Okay, I can see. You mentioned you traveled. At what age did this happen?
I was 24 when I left this country.
So between the age of 15 and 24, you were staying with your mom.
Yes.
Okay. So how did you actually embark on traveling? How did that process go?
Well, 1983, when I left middle school, came to Accra to have a life. I was 17. Came to Accra by myself. Living here, rent a house here. When I call a house, the bigger of the house probably might be like my office today.
Wow.
You know, living in Accra by myself, doing business. Uh, hand to mouth and all. You can call it. It wasn't like these days how this hardship has come. It wasn't like that at all. So I managed myself then. Try be a good kid from the age of 17, living by yourself, 18, 19, 20. Unfortunately, 20, I, had a girlfriend and had a child with a girl. You know, uh, it still wasn't easy, but I managed myself very well not to become those boys like bad boy or doing this drugs, drinking. Nah, never had such a life. I was a very good kid. So now I'm still a good man now.
Okay. So at what age? You said at the age of 24 you started traveling. What country did you travel to?
I left Ghana to United States.
Okay. And how were you able to manage to get to the United States? Because you mentioned you managed your lifestyle from the age of 17 up to 24. So how did you manage to get to the United States?
Well, through the help of a brother, uh, he came over to Ghana because of the service I offered. He got interested in me by helping me to travel to the United States, and that was happening. So 1990, I traveled from here to United States and lived there till 20 till 2012.
Okay. So now you have experienced both lives in Ghana and the United States. What what is the difference in your opinion between these two countries?
Oh, I mean, it's like comparing university to a middle school. That's the way I will put it. Because we both know this country that we live in, right here, Ghana, how our leaders have disappointed us. I mean, there's no way, no place like United States. I'll be honest with you. Law and order, that alone is something that one should, always look for. The opportunities in the United States. I am here today because of where I traveled to. That United States has made me who I am today. I don't know, and I wouldn't know if I would have stayed here in Ghana, what my life would have been like. Even though I have a trace, when I was growing up, Osei Kwame Despite was the kind of guy we doing business. I mean, I was doing watches and others, and Osei Kwame was doing cassette and There are a couple of guys that we grew up and I know them doing well at this present time. But I can't bet, I couldn't bet my life on, or can't bet my life on that if I would have stayed, I would have been like Oseko and Despite. So I have never regretted the decision I took at that time to travel to the United States. I am okay. I've never regretted.
So, what ventures did you get into when you were in the United States for that long of a period?
Well, I'm a type of person that believe in working for yourself. When I go to the United States, I worked for a company called Calypso. It was a parking lot, you know, parking, car park, work at the car park and stuff. And also work at a restaurant, for a local restaurant for some time. And then I stopped to do my own thing. I was then a photographer. I wasn't professional. I took my photography as a business that I wanted to do at that time. Again, started buying a few cameras and that, and pick up the business over there. So I was a photographer, videographer, and I went to school, Cochrane School of Art in Washington D.C. Did video editing and all that. So that helped me, and that was the business basically that I picked on doing. And it was a good business for me. Yes, that business uh, carried me a long way, and it changed my life as well. On top of that, I also entered into transportation business.
Mhm.
So I realized that in America, when one hired to do a video work or photography, if it's a wedding, definitely they're going to rent a vehicle, which is a limousine. So I invested in that sector as well. So I used to have a limousine. So when you rent, you get the limousine, you get my video, you get my camera. So I will do the photography. I'll hire somebody to do the video, and then I had the same person drive the vehicle because the couple definitely is just gonna get down before they take a picture, and they will take a picture before they get into a car. So I can do both, and one will do the video for me. It's either I do the video or somebody do the pictures for me. So I have that kind of business in three in one business. So when you come, I sell the three to you. It was a good business thing.
Well, it seems like you were very successful in America. What made you decide to move back to Ghana?
Well, America is a very competitive. It's very competitive. After 9/11, things went down. The limousine business went down. Everything basically went down. So I decided to look home, go back and see or look what is there. Uh, in fact, the business I'm into it now wasn't the business I brought to Ghana to do. I only visited Ghana and I saw that there's a lot of opportunities here that I can, make use of it. And I chose Photo Lab because I'm a photographer. I try to relate to photographers here. So the opportunity there, and then I opened the Photo Lab.
If it wasn't for 9/11, would you have stayed in the US?
Yes, I would have. It was something that I would have grown big over there because the limousine business was a very good business over there at the time. I had a lot of clients. Uh, some of the clients that I have worked with, Magic Johnson, I have picked him before, Selena Williams, uh, uh, Patrick Ewing. I have picked up Joe Biden. Was it? Oh no, no, Joe Biden. Joe Lieberman used to be Connecticut congressman. They were all client of mine, and so it was okay. If it wasn't for 9/11, I believe I would have still been in the United States.
Do you have any, as of today, do you still travel back to the US?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What do you advise young people? Because back in the days, you said you traveled when you were 24. Would you advise young people today to do the same thing, even though they will put their lives in danger? They will risk their lives to travel to the US. Would you advise them to do it anyways?
I can only say if it's a genuine deal, I won't stop you from going. This country used to have a future, but what we see now is difficult for one to tell that the future is bright or not. I will advise any young person in Ghana here, if you get the opportunity to travel, yes, do so. Because looking from the leaders that we see today, they are not promising. Anything can happen in this country. Yes, I will advise the youth, if you have opportunity to travel, do so. Do not relent, do not rely on this country that it is going to be well. Well, you never know. Anything can happen, but for now, I will advise people to, if you have the opportunity, but don't put your life on the line. When the traveling is dangerous, do not do it. Wait for the right time to do so.
Do you believe Ghanaians abroad should come back to invest in Ghana?
Look, this is a very dicey situation. I will not advise because I am a victim. Came to this country, there was a company called uh, I forgot the name. I invested $30,000 and never pick up one cedi or $1 from the company. The 30,000 went up well, just like that. Never pick up anything from them. And since that time, I have never put my money in any investment in Ghana. I would rather save it or change it into dollars and find somewhere to put it. If it stays in the bank, it should be in dollars because I don't believe in the investment companies over here anymore. It's either you use your money to purchase a parcel of plot or a property. When you need money, sell it and get your money. That's another way of doing business, another way of also investing. But take your money and go and invest in another company, I don't think it's a good advice that I would give because I'm a victim.
Would you advise the people to invest in their own company if they come back to this country, or they shouldn't do that at all?
Oh, that is something I have done. I have also invested in my own company. And so I would advise people, if you want to come back to Ghana from abroad, yes, find something to do. Do something that you are familiar with, something that you love. Do not do something that you have no clue or idea about it. Do something that you have an idea and something that you can even be an operational, be part of the operational. But to uh, to how do I put it? To depend on the workers that you are going to work with, I will not advise you to do that because when your worker is not there, then automatically you are short. You understand?
Yes, yes. So you don't believe in people sending money to the people here in Ghana to oversee the business operations?
That would be a very wrong idea for one to do that. Come home if you really want to open up something. Come and open. You can travel back and forth. It is good for one to be here to supervise the business you do. I did that once when I opened the business. I we leave Ghana and go to United States, America, and stay for 4 months, sometimes 6 months, and come back. And basically, those that I left the business for, some of them were able to build their own houses from it. Some of them bought vehicles and all that. Some of them opened other shop and all that. And I have learned the hard way, and I will never do that again. I will only travel for a month and come back to take care of my own business.
It seems like you are very successfully established in this country. Could you talk more about the business establishments that you have in Ghana?
Well, this is Neat Image Photolab. I started it as an ED Photolab. I work with photographers. When I came in, the business basically is about photography, and you cannot do away without photographers. So I look around and call all photographers together, and we organize an association. And so by so doing, I think it actually helped because you're working with photographers, you have a photographers association, you meet, basically everybody will come and print at your shop, and so it helps. From there, then it was just a printing. Later, it became other stuff, by adding here and there, adding this, adding that, and that. If we happen to go out, I will show you more of what we do now. That when we started, it was only one thing that we do was only printing. Now we have expanded and do many, many things in printing. Anything concerning printing, yes, we do. This business has helped me. Business has put me on top of my life. Uh, we started before this community had about 8 photo labs, and now it's only myself and another one in Medina that we're able to survive. And I've been in the business for some time, and I am still, and I believe I will be in the business for a long time.
Could you say this is a lucrative business?
It is a lucrative business. Yes, it is. It's all about how you operate and how you manage it. Because some has also been in the business and the business has collapsed. Even though it's a lucrative business, depend how you run it. Other than that, it will not fetch you what you want. It will rather, it will put you down or it will collapse.
You mentioned that there used to be 8 labs around, and now it's just left with 2. What caused the collapse of the other 6?
I would say it's lack of management. It's a lack of management because people depend on people here, the workers basically. I put myself into the business, by being here every day. Come early in the morning, I'll be around till closing time. Sometimes I close myself. And what actually has helped me is that I am uh, also in. I have made myself like a worker here. I am a utility player. I can do everything in this business. I can do photo book. I can print. I can edit. I can do lamination. I can print large format. I can print on the conical machine. I can print on. So basically, every machine here I can operate it. So if one refuse to show up, I will cover. I won't make that place, go short so that complaining about, oh, this person is not here or that and stuff. I will replace myself over there and do the job. It is good to know what you're doing. Those business, most of them collapsed because they wasn't into the business themselves. They were dependent on the workers to do the business.
So you actually are saying that should you want to be in this business, you should know how to do everything in the business.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good to hear. Is there any last words you have to share with our viewers?
Concerning the business or concerning you?
Concerning whatever you would like to share. Can be anything, your life, story, or the business.
Well, thank you. We started with my name, Abel Amun Harrison. right now as I am sitting here, if there is a piece of advice that I will give to business owners and those abroad who want to come home and do something, I would say yes, the chance is still there, the opportunity is still there. It's all depend on who to see. Do not send your money to somebody over here to open a business for you. Calm down yourself and make your own studies and see what is good for you, what you can do. But sitting there and sending money to people to do something for you, it will be a disaster. I will plead with everybody. Those I have been there, done that, and getting the dollars over there is not an easy thing. So for you to get it and send it over for somebody to consume it over here, that would be a very wrong investment to do. If you want to come, I am here. My name is Ebo, Uncle Ebo. A lot of people know me when you go to Virginia or Washington, D.C. or Maryland. If you, in case by chance, you see this documentary on TV or even on radio and you want to come, my number is there. Call me, I will advise you what to do when you come. If you come and see me, I will also advise you and direct you what to do and where to go, so that you don't become like the others. A lot of people came with a lot of money, and those money all gone back to the United States to work. And at your old age, it is difficult for you to do what you used to do. At my age right now, if you take me back to the United States to work, I can't. I wouldn't even know, and I wouldn't know what to do anymore with my life. This is all I know how to do. Therefore, I want to be on top of it and do it the best I can. I advise the youth who want to travel, if the opportunity comes, yes, you can do so. But do not bet your life on, put yourself in a dangerous life or traveling through the desert and here and there. That one is not a good thing to do. You can end your life just like that. So, my advice to everybody is to take care of yourself. We are in a world we don't know, especially in Ghana, we don't even know what's going to happen next year, next 2 years, or next 5 years, or 10 years. Whatever you find yourself to do and do it well, and believe in savings, because you never know. This is my word for the world.
All right. How can people contact you?
My number here is 0244 522 324. If you want to contact me in the United States, it's 571 343 0579. My name is Ebo, or Uncle Ebo.
All right. Thank you so much for your story and your time. It was a very great story. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. They just asked me, what is your email, if you have any?
Yes, I have. My email is edphotolab@yahoo.com. Edward, D, dog, P, like normal photo, PHOTOLAB @yahoo.com.
All right. Thank you once again.
You're welcome.